Yes, it's me, the Kid JB. For those that know me from the Bucket Up podcast to broadcasting football to reviewing Bloody Marys, after too many strangers telling me, you're funny, you should have your own show, I'm doing just that. Welcome to my digital sandbox, the I Don't Know Show. Welcome back. It's me, the Kid JB, Uncle Jesse Burke, the Bloody Mary bro, and so on. People know me nowadays as a podcaster, and I identify as one. I like that. But it's not where I started. I'm a broadcaster, first and foremost. Hockey, baseball, softball, mainly football. Semi-pro, college, high school. And now I've dabbled in women's football. Yes, women's football. And I'm not talking powder puff, flag. I'm talking pads, hit in the mouth, smack with your helmet, football. As someone that is a former hockey player, dabbled in extracurricular baseball and stuff like that, I'm not a football guy. Kind of got my size past high school, past time when it was me to put on the pads, so something I never did. But special announcement as we have two people that do it, you know what I'm saying? In the flesh, in the past, present, and current. Two special guests of mine, personal friends, but even more importantly, current football players for the Arizona Outkast of the WFA. We got Sareli and Jay in the building. Welcome to the show, bro.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Always fun in the digital sandbox. Sandbox.
The sunbox in Arizona.
It's high. It's high. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? keeping a buck, bro. So getting to it, man. We got, behind the scenes, like I said, friends first, man. Super excited to have you guys. We've been chopping it up on the, on the cell phones, you know what I'm saying? Instagram, DMs have been heavy. But I missed you guys, man. Simply put, we met a couple years ago when I started broadcasting for them. They play for the team, and that's, kind of the origin, but we'll get to the meat and potatoes, bro. So, Sareli, Jay, man, when did you start playing football, and how did you get into the WFA?
Okay, so I've been playing football consecutively for 3 years, I would say. I will admit that I was not very active in high school. You know what I'm saying? I tell everybody all the time that I was in the chess club and I was in the marching band. That was it. That was how active I got.
Marching band's impressive.
Marching, it's pretty. I had my French horn. My form was.
And I know band camp's like football camp. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty intense. Waking up late, carrying my French horn. It was intense. But yeah. I got in just by a friend, and then I realized that you don't have to be an athlete to start and step on the field. So I stepped on the field a couple years ago, and then I just haven't left since.
And for people that are not football savvy, what positions do you play?
So I play middle linebacker, and then I'll play tackle or guard on offense, if necessary. You know what I'm saying? We all play both sides. So
Awesome.
Do whatever we can.
Jay, more of an offensive star, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Right down on defense, though.
That's,
So
unique spin. But yeah, you're all over the field, man. Tell them where do you shine at? I mean, besides everywhere.
I'll say most recently at the running back position.
Running back.
But that's because of my line.
Yeah. So, shouts to the line always.
Always got to shout out the line. But I've been playing for a couple years now. Fell in love with it. I mean, unlike Sap, I was very athletic in high school. Soccer, basketball, saw a little bit of softball here and there. But I'm in love with the game now. So.
Awesome, man. So cool thing about football, which is a little unique that you just touched on. When you hear about football, you hear about the opposite. Oh, I was born with a football in my crib, and my daddy's daddy played it and all that. You guys are a little bit groundbreaking in the sense that women's football is new, and then the sport itself is new to you. What was the evolution of the idea of playing to, like you said, stepping on the field? Like, what was that? Bring me to that, day one.
So for me, I can't speak on Jay's behalf, but on my part, it was the coaches. I think it was more of a learning curve for both of us, because a lot of the coaches that we have right now, they grew up talking shop. From when they were a baby to now, they know everything about football. But they wanted to step into our world, which is women, and they needed to realize that, we didn't start off playing football like that. A lot of times we were told no back in my generation. If I wanted to put on pads and a helmet, it was to do like powder puff or something like that, or something just to be funny. So for me to step on the field, we have to communicate with our coaches and be like, hey, if you want me to play for you and you want to see some women players, you need to realize that you have to tell us all about football IQ right at the beginning. So shout out to all of our coaches, Coach Joe, head coach out there, you know what I'm saying, Coach Bills, you know what I'm saying, he's my linebacker coach. You know, it's all about them communicating with us and breaking it down. So that made me very comfortable to get on the field. And I'm quick to ask a question, you know, because I can either go out there and get hurt, which they don't want, or I can ask it on the sideline so that way I know how to become a better player. And that's how we both made All-American previous year, just because, you know, we ask questions and we are a student to the game.
That's awesome, man. And then Jay, touching on it, you said you did have a little bit of an athletic and sports background, so a little bit opposite fold in the sense that you were coming in with a clean slate. Mm-hmm. Did you find a little bit of like a nugget of like, oh, I could do this because of your past sports, or did you find yourself also being a clean slate?
Clean slate. I mean, a lot of things still translate. You think about the basics, footwork, and things of that nature, but football, I did not have a football. I had no football IQ.
Okay.
And I'm still learning. So, like she said, a shout out to the coaches because they're still teaching us.
Always coachable.
So,
you always got to be coachable.
Yeah, you got to be coachable. So, like, but I mean, for me, stepping in the field, of course, in addition to the coaches, it's the players. It's the people that I step on the field with every week. Because without them, like, we're truly a family. Mm-hmm. So we support each other on and off the field. I mean, anything that's beyond football, I think that's the glue that holds us together is each other. So that keeps me coming back.
That's awesome, man. I definitely, like I said, with football, I'm an outsider looking in type thing, just from my broadcasting years or just watching as a fan. I definitely know that there's a family aspect, and then there's, like you're saying, there's an evolution in the sense that you always got to be learning, and then you got to apply what you've learned. Getting to that, simply, I was an outsider watching you guys, and when I first saw you guys, I was, a student of the game as well. But you guys had a family aspect. I said I cover men's football as well, but you guys are way more tight-knit community than I see in men's football. Unfortunately, no shots, but you know what I'm saying? It feels like it's more required because you guys are breaking grounds and also doing something that's new, so it kind of requires a little bit of a sisterhood, you know what I'm saying, and a camaraderie. So getting to that, man, breaking grounds, football. I know there's these standouts with some high school girls playing on the men's league and girls, suiting up with men's sports and stuff like that. That's sprinkled into, political arguments and stuff, which is not what we're talking on, but more so just like the option A and option B. Option A, do you try to make grounds into a male-dominated sport and just be one girl on a man sport, or like you guys are doing, creating a world for women to be the actual team in the league itself? So have you ever dabbled with, I guess, just that external pressure or just internally thought about that?
You answer that first?
I'll go ahead. Yeah. I mean, no, not really, because I feel like I truly believe that we can do what men can do, but I feel like it's just on a different scale. So you think about the NBA. Yeah. I have a WNBA. And again, it's not that we can't compete, but we're built different, So I feel like we're breaking ground by having something for us.
Okay.
Getting that respect. Hey, we can do it too. We're just doing it in our platform and at our level. You know what I mean? So I still see us as professional at what we do, but it's just something that's for us. So I mean, let's be honest. Like, women playing with men, I think it's awesome, but I think it's just awesome for us to have our own.
Yeah.
So, and again, it's still groundbreaking.
Okay, like, fair enough. So instead of being like the Coke and the Diet Coke, it's like two different sodas in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of being like women football with a caveat, but it's actually a men's league and blah, blah, blah. You're creating your own world. I love our own.
Yeah, and definitely. And so just to piggyback off of what Jay said, we want to definitely be known on a national level. And I know a lot of people out there know, the XFL, which is like, or the I believe it's called the Legends or whatever the lingerie league is now.
Yeah.
So when people when I say, "Oh, I play football," they look me up and down. They're like, "You be putting on lingerie? You don't want to see these roles in lingerie, bro. I mean, if you want to, because everybody got their own little thing, but nah."
They're like, turn around.
Turn around, yeah. That's what they. Right. And they look at me, because I'm saying, I'm like, no, I hit people. They think that we just put that on. And shout out to those ladies who want to do that. That's totally cool. You know what I'm saying? We just wanted to do what the boys did. You don't see the boys running around with just half pads on in a shortened field.
Unless you're Zeke Elliott.
Yeah, unless you're Zeke Elliott. That's right. But we
listen.
Oh, you got a Cowboys fan.
You don't want to hear last episode.
What I always say, give me a couple of months. I'm gonna be out there with my shirt rolled up like that.
But no, we want to be on the national level. You know what I'm saying? We want to have the full pads, full helmet, full everything, and we want to. The NFL has their own thing. We want to be. We don't want to be secondary to that. We want to be in equal parts of that. But, it be showcasing women. We don't want to just be considered, a caveat to just something to pass the time by. We want to make sure that we can do exactly what the men do. We can break records. We can break backs. We can break necks. We can do all this hard-hitting stuff on the field. And it's just as entertaining as the men. We get the full 4 quarters and everything like that. We want to be on that national, platform with them. And hopefully in the future, we can actually get to that at some point, just taking some time, because right now we pay to play, you know what I'm saying? But we want to get to that level where brands are knocking on our door.
Yeah, it's fine. And, getting to that, I know you guys took a year off last year to get some of the finances in order. And, it's hard with the team. There's 40, 50 people. It's hard to coordinate all, separate lives. Like you're saying, people have full-time lives outside of football. Take me through that a little bit, because although you guys are not on the field, you guys have been very active off the field and still repping the gang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Through and through. We out here, you know what I'm saying? What was that like, man? Because I, personally, I missed being in the booth. I missed you guys, and I want to get back, and I want you guys to get back full force, and we're trying to get you guys even bigger and better stages and stuff. But I guess what was the rainy day like? I guess.
Man, Jesse, that was tough to go this past season without having to play. It was really tough, because we did stay active. We've still been doing things in the community in regards to fundraising. We've still been doing flag football to stay active, but not be able to put that helmet in and pads on. It definitely broke our heart, because. We definitely could have played, because for Arizona Outkast, we've always been a fairly small team. To play out here in this heat, you had to be a different type of beast to want to put.
To walk in this heat, you got to be a different beast, bro.
And so it was tough, but we were dominating in our division, and we were dominating on the West Coast. But the thing is, if you only have 16, 17 bodies, that gets tiring, because now we're playing both sides of the ball. And then when we got to the championship, it was like we had the heart, but the tank was empty at that point.
Right.
So we definitely could have had a season this year as well, but it definitely could have been like a perpetual cycle of us getting all the way to the championship and then just being too tired to finish that fourth quarter. And it just hurt. So we said, instead of putting a product out like that, let's rebuild. Let's get these rookies involved. Let's get these funds involved. So all people need to worry about is coming out and stepping on the field. You don't have to worry about how are we going to do it, how are we going to get there. Just worry about stepping on the field, getting this football IQ up, and moving on. So it was tough, but I definitely think that it was worth it, because we didn't want to put a product out there that was just, it was going to be incomplete. We wanted to make sure that they knew what was going on.
It was difficult being a spectator. We're not used to being spectators. I think that was the hardest part, just even watching the season develop without us being out there. No Outkast. That was tough. I mean, of course, the grind doesn't stop, because, again, we've been, like you said, the fundraising, flag to stay active. I mean, shout outs to Curly at, Curly Sports Recovery. She's still been working with us, training us off season, preparing for 2024, giving us recovery. So it doesn't stop. But again, it's hard. When you breathe, eat, sleep football, it's like we're just watching playoffs develop, and we're like, man, that could have been us.
Is there... And no shade to the Outkast, and no, I'm not trying to break up the family, but is there a free agent portal or something? Y'all could have jumped on a team if you wanted to. Not
loyal to the soil.
We love
to the
soil. Not saying we weren't asked.
We were asked.
Okay. I should have known.
There are a lot of great teams out there. There's so many shout out to all those great teams in the WFA. But we were just we were coming back hungry. I think what that did, that ignited something in us. And I think we're hungry, because now we're all out there getting that preseason work. We're hungry. Yeah. So.
And I will say, journalistically speaking, when we were broadcasting, you were cracking them 50-0, 56-6. It was great because, I was representing the team. So it's like I was there to broadcast just as a homer. but that was some terrible football, bro. For the other team, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keep it honest, you know what I'm saying? But it, in the sense that the execution was perfect. You guys, it was like you guys rehearsed, you guys read the playbook, and so there's no shade. I'm not gonna say that, you know, because the other team couldn't keep up, it was bad. But getting back to your point about you want to do something that, you know, I think some of the things that don't get noticed are the grind aspect, man. Not just suiting up in the heat. They had teams travel from New Mexico, California. I think there was a team from Oregon that came through. I can't even get homies to go get lunch. You know what I'm saying? So to coordinate 40, 30 people to go drive for hours on their own dime to then suit up in 110 degrees, like that is something that needs to be noticed. It's not just, oh, I don't want to watch girls play football. Like, no, like there's a process and there's passion and there's a lot of coordination. So I feel like those stories need to also be, you know, talked about. And I'm glad to talk about it because running down and meeting the other team, even though I'm here for you guys, it's like, yo, I thank you for showing up. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you guys. I can't even get people to drive down the street, you know, to get them to drive cross country, cross state, you know, that's impressive stuff. Okay, you know, with the preparation, you know, you don't gotta get ready if you stay ready. One thing that you guys definitely know with being athletes, Father Time is undefeated, right? And unfortunately, we're only getting older, you know what I'm saying? Unless we got that Benjamin Button somewhere, you know, we don't got it. So there's going to be a time where obviously the engine is not as oiled up as it used to be. And there's going to be a time where I'm sure you're going to be passing the torches. You know, I'm not projecting anything. Y'all got, you know what I'm saying?
He's getting there.
We got longevity, you know what I'm saying? So have you guys been preparing yourselves to become coaches or maybe past football players? And have you been mentally preparing for something like that or even physically?
I mean, I know I have. These knees, they not making the stallion knees. You know what I'm saying? They can only go down solo. And I'm like the legendary injury reserve player for timeouts. Like when I'm done on the field, I'm laying there. And it gets to the point where I'm like, you know what am I doing? Like, but I love this game so much that I know at some point I'm going to end up passing it on. I'm probably going to end up hanging up my cleats, you know, at least if not this season, maybe like one more season. But I would much prefer to, you know, like be on the sidelines, still help promote the sport.
Yeah.
I don't know about coaching because I'm trying to learn football lingo as we go. My coach be cussing me out on the field, and I'm like, Coach, what's that mean? Like I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I can still execute once he like breaks it down for me. But you know, I can definitely, you know, help promote the team and the brand and the actual sport itself so that people are aware. So I've definitely thought about that, and I'm excited for that because it just allows me to pass the torch on to a rookie who's coming from, you know, high school, and she doesn't want to do flag. She wants to do something else. Girl, you can come on over here. You know what I'm saying? We take if you 18 and you want to get hit or hit people, this is the perfect sport to do it. You know what I'm saying? You can do it legally. So I've definitely thought about it, and I'm excited for that because I want to make sure generations after me will be able to experience what I experienced, but, you know, have more fun or actually get paid to do it and get noticed to do it and everything like that.
Awesome, man. It definitely would translate well because you're passionate about playing the game. So I can only imagine passionate about giving out that passion to others. And, you know what I'm saying? Sareli eats, everybody eats. You know
everybody eats. That's what I'm talking about.
You got to get that on the shirt.
I'll get that. Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? And then for Jay, you know what I'm saying? They already got you playing every position. So
Listen,
at some point,
I'm not going to put my age out there, but I'm up there.
At some point, they're going to be like, hey, you know, you can't play every position. You can't play quarterback and running back at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different for you, you know?
I mean, I try not to think about it because it's like I got into it late in the game. So you have people like Curly who played like 17 plus years. They had somebody at the WFA All-Star game where she had like 25 years and she just retired. So it's like, man, like I wish I had known about this sooner. However, I'm grateful and blessed to have had these last couple of years to play. The cleats are probably going to be hanging somewhere or framed in the next 1 to 2
or auctioned off. You know what I'm
saying? About 1 or 2 years, the same as SAP. For me, coaching, of course. I did have the pleasure of being a part of the coaching staff for the Mountain Point tackle team, freshman and JV last year, and I also helped coach Mountain Point girls flag this past season. So I learned a lot from those great coaches, and although I'm taken this time off not to coach this year.
Yeah.
I think the next step probably would be coaching because it was just I enjoyed it. And again, I'm still learning the game, being able to learn from coaches who've been doing this, and then not even that, being able to help out with the flag girls and just see the passion and them looking up to me like, oh, you play tackle, and so I love that experience. Like I already coach boys basketball at my school, so I'm always gonna be. My hand's gonna be
the next generation.
Yeah, I'm always gonna give back in that aspect.
That's awesome, and I love to hear that because I've worked with football players that there's been every dynamic. I'm ready to coach, jump into the coaching. I want to broadcast. I've had dudes say I'm done with it. I don't even want to look at a football again. Everything in between, Mm-hmm. So it's cool to see that evolve and be part of the the process of the growth. So. Getting back to the grind and some of the things that are not known about, as we talk about the family component, you guys are like the bread and butter of the Outkast. You, Curly, I'm saying, yeah, you guys are the squad. You're the unit. Mm-hmm. Take me to some of the breakups. Has there been any teammates gone in the past? Any teammates that unfortunately the family values dimmed too low to the point where we can no longer, what I'm saying?
Journalism to a T. Man, listen. Yeah. So I'll just go ahead and say it out there. This team is not made for everybody. We have had players in the past where, they are passionate about the sport itself, but they may not be passionate about the coaching staff. They may not be passionate about the players that they're playing beside. That's cool. Then if that means this team is not for you, because we wouldn't be we wouldn't be where we were if it wasn't for our players and for our coaches. If a player loses sight of the game because they're too busy, we win a game, and of course after we play a game, we go to like a fifth quarter and we'll go have some fun, have some drinks, celebrate our win. Some people were looking more forward to that, than the actual game itself. So, and that's just the sport in general. That's any team you go to. Some people are just there for the wrong reasons. So, we just make it a habit that if you come on this team, yeah, we're going to have fun, but remember that we're all here for family and for football, and for fun, but you got to make sure you keep that in mind. But there have been some players that we had to go ahead and give them their little pink slip. Just because, they weren't here for the family. They were here for something else. So I didn't
even think of that dynamic. I thought about, wow, that just blew my mind, because I think about there's got to be some people that are like treating it like a book club or something, like, oh, they just lonely or something, which is sad, but that's not what we're here for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just flipped it around. So, I'm saying? We've had.
Okay. I never thought about that. Wow. Okay. Wow. All right.
And it's huge turnover in like the sport a little bit too, low key. So it's just more about making sure you find the right people that are willing to learn and be a part of it, and not lose sight of what we're trying to do. We're trying to get a ring, We're trying to get championships. We're trying to get paid to do this. Mm-hmm. If you don't want any of those three things, go ahead and, I don't play badminton or something like that.
Join me with trivia on Tuesday. Yeah. Or you don't get hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, obviously I don't like to talk about the smoke or the bad things, but it's like, just like you talk about a family, there's obviously the good and bad, the ugly. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Jay, have you found any, again, you guys are solid. So it's like, have you found any type of, you playing running back? Have you found any inner rivalries, any teammates that are, get the best out of you type thing?
Oh, no, not in that way. But I mean, iron sharpens iron. Yeah. So I'm happy to say that one of our top running backs is coming back. So just competition. No, it's not even competition. Oh, no. When we're both on the field, just know it's going to be dangerous. I'm telling you right now. Shout out to Jazzy J. But she was our leading rusher the year before. She didn't play last season. So for us, it's iron sharpens iron. Because at the end of the day, no matter who's up, next person up, we giving you the business, and that's the goal, and that's what coaches instill in us. We have to make each other better, so that's that healthy competition we have on the field. So
I like that.
But that 1-2 combo, I'm just letting you know it's gonna be nasty.
That thunder lightning, hey,
it's gonna be nasty.
And respectfully, y'all had like 4 running backs when I was there. Yeah. Shout out to Terica.
Slater.
You know what I'm saying?
Slater was out there.
Slater.
Yeah. Slater's. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for serving our country. You know what I'm saying? Slater's.
And something, again, not bashing the men's league or nothing, but one thing I did want to touch on was like the funny dynamic of wide receiver divas in men's football, right? They always want the ball 1,000 times, right? You guys had more parity and more variety of players, but I never heard that because I would, come kick it with you guys off the field or on the field after the game and stuff, and I never heard somebody complaining about not getting fed enough and stuff like that. Like, which is crazy because then in turn I see a dude get 40, 50 touches, and he's like, y'all don't give me the ball. I'm like, bro, that's literally all I saw. You know what I'm saying? So I guess how do you stay humble with that too? Like, your time's coming, but others got to eat as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more the fact that people are just so excited to be on the field. To be honest, even though I made All-American last year, I would not have gotten where I was if it wasn't for like my teammates and my coaches and everything like that. So I'd be okay being on the sideline getting people water. I'm just excited to be a part of a team and have a beautiful dynamic that it doesn't matter if I touch the ball or not. It doesn't matter if I got a tackle or not. As long as my teammates is eating, I'm eating too.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how I think about it whenever we play those four quarters, on the field.
Yeah. I mean, and then also, Jay, I know with like running back, there is a rhythmic portion of it, so I'm sure like you getting in, you're like, nah, next one I'm getting busy. Then he's like, no, taps your helmet, and then somebody else, you're like, all right, wait.
I'm happy to tap out. Okay, I'm gonna let you know. I'll get my little run tap.
Well, because I'll be in the booth, I'm like, nah, Jay's gonna get loose, and I'm like, all right, they took her out. All right, bet. Like, what I'm saying? It's hard.
Like,
it's hard.
tired.
It's hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? Man, I could talk all day about hydration too. That's very impressive. You playing both sides of the ball. You guys, I cramped up watching you guys. I couldn't imagine playing, man. So getting to it, we definitely want you guys to get back on the field. We're trying to get you on bigger platform, bigger stages. I pushed back on the people that claim to be diehard football fans, but then when you try to provide them more football, they push against it. So I push back. I say, "Hell, you're a football fan? Here, watch me broadcast this league." They're like, "Well, no, it's not the Cowboys or it's not the Packers or whatever." It's like, bro, then you're not. I don't think you like football that much.
True football.
Yeah, you don't like that football that much. So I push back. I'm like, bro, if I jump on Facebook and see people talk about what running back was better, Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith. I'm like, if you could talk about hypothetical things that would never happen, why not throw on a game and be like, is Sareli gonna get 15 tackles? Like, and actually talk about something that's gonna happen. So that's something I push back on, bro. Like, if you're a fan of something and they have that thing, I like baseball. I watch Japanese baseball. I can't understand what they're saying. I love baseball though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the baseball classic. I'm gonna watch the College World Series. I'm a fan of baseball, so I watch it. If you're a fan of football, if it's a girl, if it's high school, whatever, even Pop Warner is kind of cool, because that's where you learn the X's and O's.
Yeah, exactly.
So before we get you guys out of here, obviously the goal is to get you guys on bigger stages. I'm talking ESPN, Sports Center, all over. I know you had a YouTube venture with some food reviews and content creation. I know you stay in the gym busy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you live in a gym. What you guys have anything on the outside of football you guys want to promote or anything kind of in the books too? Because we felt like, besides you guys are Outkast members, y'all still humans too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got your things, your individual, y'all go to the movie theater, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go to the grocery store. Y'all be doing your thing. So, Sareli Eats, is that popping off soon?
That's going to be popping off soon. I took about a 2-year hiatus. But, I still have people hitting me up on my TikTok, on my Instagram saying, when are you going to start eating? I'm like, why? And I stopped eating at one point because I'm like, I was getting just too chubby. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't being active. I was just eating. So now I'm able to have a happy balance. So I'm coming back out. I have a nice little welcome back promo coming up. You know what I'm saying? I already got the date set. And,
I like that, bro. I like to eat. So
like to eat?
JB Eats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Featuring Sareli.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Yeah. I'm excited to definitely want to get that because, besides football, content creation is definitely a passion of mine. I'm under I used to be not everyone has to talk, not everyone has to promote stuff, but I'm kind of the opposite now. I'm like, oh, people are talking on their stories on Instagram, cool. People are, talking about something they did today, cool. Like, I like that. People are sharing, they're being more open, they're vocal, right? They're expressing themselves. And you guys obviously express yourselves on the football field and then off to continue that passion. It does not go unnoticed. I will say, I'm pushing 10 years in football, when it comes to broadcasting, podcasting, writing, and covering teams. I've seen some things, and it's definitely impressive. as I get older, I realize that athletes are just people that do a thing, just better than others. And that thing needs to be, respected and acknowledged, especially if you're a fan of it. So I love football, I love sports. And then I can only appreciate people that are passionate about their sport inside and out, even when it's not, lacing up every Saturday and able to hit somebody. You're still able to, envision that passion and kind of still duplicate it within. So that's cool. And definitely it's something I promote. And as an emotional guy, I like it. You know what I'm saying? I feel emotion creates emotion. You know what I'm saying? So keep it moving. I definitely like what you guys got going on. For the league, the WFA, the American Conference, what division, is I guess, are we breaking grounds here? Are you guys back officially? Is it still on the fence? What's up with that? We don't know. TBD.
To be honest, we have to refer it back to our owner, you know what I'm saying, Coach Joe. We have a lot of history with the WFA. We had fun there. So it at the end of the day, we just go wherever our coach tells us to go. It's a great league, but there's a lot of other leagues that are out there as well too. So if one league isn't for one team, they go to a different one, or they create their own if they want to. So WFA, you know what I'm saying, that's how we got our championships, and that's where we were incredibly hungry at. But you know what I'm saying, he could send us a $10 too, and he tell us play this game. We gonna do it because we love this sport, we love our team, and we know what we have to offer. So this is we'll have to see. 2024, we'll have to see where we go.
All right, fair enough. And then if there's businesses, brands that want to help donate, help get you guys, some better equipment, some better fields and stuff like that, where can they, donate and get involved?
You know what I'm saying? You can go hit us up on our Instagram. It is Arizona Outkast. You can hit us up on Facebook, Arizona Outkast. You can email us, officialazoutcast@gmail.com. And no matter what avenue you hit us up on, we're going to get you back. We'll get back to you.
Yeah. And then if there's a team in another league, maybe out of state, you know what I'm saying, want to send that invite,
Listen, if y'all want the smoke,
we always trying to scrimmage.
These knees ain't
how we get better.
Busted yet. Yeah,
hey,
yes.
I'm trying to get a trip back home to New York, bro. Baby, bring the whole Outkast.
Listen, let's go.
That's where talk about running backs. That's where the power I came from.
We about that life. Let's do it.
We about that life. Anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's all about having fun, because at the end of the day, after those 4 quarters are done, you know what I'm saying, we all dap it up, we shake it up, we hug each other, and we all shout out women's football, because we all do what we love. So win or lose or tie, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna have a blast no matter where we play at. It's not about the scoreboard at the end of the day. It's about, did you learn something from that last play? Did you learn something from stepping on this field? And that's what we like to do. So
I like to see you guys do it.
Yeah.
Women's football is something that's growing. It's expanding. Definitely evolving with the technology we have to not only, like you're saying, train and get better at the football IQ, but the technology on to actually, turf and the evolution of fields and, turning, ice skating rinks into football fields and whatever, they turn in vans into football fields, and whatever else, everything under the sun. But I definitely wanted to get you guys back on the field, if it's not playing, coaching, whatever football. I think us as spectators, we need to do a better job of bigging up women's sports and sports that are not already, falling on our laps, so the softballs, even the cornholes of the world, anything that is having passion, that requires passion, I feel like we should give it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys for coming in the booth. You guys are busy people. You guys have travel plans, again, teammates, family members, TV shows you got to catch up on. You know what I'm saying? I'm behind. But before I let you guys out of here, is there anything else you have for the universe, for the world, for the buckets, for my audience? Some short-term and long-term goals?
First off, if you ain't already subscribed to my guy, go ahead and subscribe.
You know what I'm saying? It's one button.
Hit the button.
One button. Like it, and then subscribe it, and then share it. The bear and the Bloody Marys over here. You feel me? But, it is what it is. It's always great to have people who are supporters like yourself. You know what I'm saying? So just hitting you up and saying, hey, you know what I'm saying, we would love to, be on your show, is because I watch the show all the time. And I think, you know what I'm saying, you are a wonderful advocate for things you don't know, and also for, women's tackle football. You know what I'm saying? It's just a dope thing. And to have somebody who's in our corner, who happens to be a man, technically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, technically.
But,
Technically.
yeah, but it'd be a man. It's just awesome to have that kind of support because, you know, we've always been, sometimes people think we're a joke. So for you to take it seriously and to also, you know, check people to be like, hey, you don't like football if you think this is a joke. I like that energy, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna keep rocking with you. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, selfishly I want to get back in the booth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love broadcasting.
Yeah, we want you back in the.
You know what I'm saying? I miss you guys. You know,
Yeah.
you know, you guys put on your uniform, so do I. You know, it's definitely camaraderie and respect. It's mutual. And again, you know, I definitely appreciate you guys taking time to jump in my world, which is the podcast world, as I can talk about your world, which is women's tackle football. Catch them this season. I'm speaking to the universe. We coming back, baby, full force, and we're gonna make it happen. And it's gonna be bigger, better than it was before. And the Outkast will soon be the in crowd, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Because people about to know about you guys. But for one last time before we get you out of here, Sareli, Jay, I am your host, the Kid JB, Jesse Burke. This is the I Don't Know Show, episode 20 in the books, in the booking tins. We on our way to more episodes, more content, more, you know what I'm saying, more friendships, and more, I don't know.